Honeycreepers, native birds of Hawaii. Many people may not know them, which is sad because of how important they are to Hawaii. So what are honeycreepers? They are a diverse family of birds that are endemic to Hawaii, and they are members of the finch family with different niches in the ecosystem. They all probably share the same common ancestor, and are closely related to the common rose finch, which originated from Eastern Asia. So how did the finches evolve into honeycreepers? Well, it's because of something called evolutionary radiation. Evolutionary radiation is when a species starts to diversify into different animals faster than normal. Examples of evolutionary radiation are the Darwin's finches in Galapagos Islands, the Caribbean aniline lizards, and of course, the Hawaiian honeycreepers. Evolutionary radiation happened in Hawaii because of the fact that Hawaii was a young island formed by volcanic activity, and a lot of evolutionary niches were open for species to evolve into. But you might be wondering what evolutionary niches are. Well, it is a description or title put onto an organism or organisms, depending on what they do in the ecosystem. For example, a mountain lion preys on other animals in a mountain ecosystem, but they are not preyed upon by any organisms when they are adults, so they are in the apex predator niche. Let's say that the mountain lion goes extinct. Since that evolutionary niche of apex predator has a new slot open, one of the non-apex predators evolves to fit in that niche, or other apex predators evolve into a new species that fits the niche, like a bobcat spraying into a new species that has a longer build with sharper teeth specialized for breaking flesh and skin. Since there were no predators in Hawaii, the finches started to diversify into different niches like pollinators, insectivores, egg thieves, ground-dwelling seed-eaters, frugivores, generalists, etc. There were other birds that lived in Hawaii that evolved into other evolutionary niches, like goose-like ducks evolving into the browsing herbivore niche by developing a thicker beak for eating leaves, and developed a thicker and bigger body at the cost of losing the ability to fully fly. This was not only because the ecosystem had an open niche to fill, but also because of the lack of predators, which allowed them to become a ground-dwelling, docile herbivore, but also made them susceptible to invasive species and humans. This caused their extinction when the Polynesians arrived, as they saw the moa nalo as a convenient food source that was not hard to hunt and provided a lot of food for the people. Since the finches were starting to go into different evolutionary niches, they started to evolve to become more specialized in that specific diet. Insectivores developed thin and small beaks for carefully grabbing small insects. Nectivores evolved to have more digestive enzymes and higher absorption in sugars. Seed eaters developed thicker and heavier beaks for crushing nuts. Frugivores developed beaks for specializing in carefully picking off the fruit's flesh, and generalists developed a beak that was perfect for multi-purpose use. There were probably hundreds of honeycreeper species, but the only ones known are the ones that were preserved in the fossil record, ones that were known to exist before going extinct, and ones that are still present to this day. The honeycreepers were able to successfully thrive in Hawaii until the Polynesians came. Like I said earlier, the moa nalo went extinct because of Polynesian hunting. But the flightless birds weren't the only victims, as forest birds, including honeycreepers, were also hunted. Some probably hunted to extinction, but there were still a lot of Hawaiian honeycreepers, and they persisted in the islands even when some of them were hunted. And then the European settlers came. But the biggest threats weren't the settlers, but what came with the settlers. Rats, mosquitoes, non-native birds, and other invasive species were a major cause of why most honeycreepers became endangered or extinct. Rats, feral hogs, and other animals ate their eggs. Non-native birds competed with honeycreepers for territory and food, and the mosquitoes transmitted foreign diseases to the native birds. Many Hawaiian honeycreepers went extinct or became endangered, including animals like the Laitian rail, the Kauai o'o, and much more. There is hope for them though. There are conservation efforts for the birds, and scientists are trying to make mosquitoes that are genetically modified to not be able to produce offspring. Donation links are in the description if you want to help the native birds of Hawaii. Anyways, thank you for watching my video.